Hi! Hello, welcome back. I'm Lisa Dixon and I'm the founder of The Whole Course. The Whole Course is about becoming wholehearted, an emotional health course that helps you to connect with your heart and what is going on inside of you. So today I wanted to show you a little bit why we want to become wholehearted. Usually we want to all live authentic, we want to be the real us, we want to be true to ourselves, and we want to be fully alive. But we cannot be fully alive if our hearts are not alive. And a lot of times there are some stitches and wounds and marks on our hearts that keep our heart a little bit like in a box of frozen. Or parts of the heart are frozen because they are hurt and they are bleeding. And we tend to, if we have a wound, we tend to put a layer on, at least I did. My wound was caused by a word actually, and the word said, "You are not beautiful." And because I enjoy beauty very much, that was very painful for me. So it caused a wound, but instead of looking into that wound, looking into that pain and healing it, I put something on top of that wound, and that was a layer of shame. So once the layer of shame is there, what does shame do? Shame hides. So it tells you, you have a wound, but you can't look at it because you have to hide it. You should be afraid of it, you should be scared of it, you should be ashamed of what you're feeling. And you should not even have that thought, because who cares? If you're not beautiful, someone else is, so why would you bother? The problem is, as soon as we hide, it increases. And the pain doesn't go away. It's just a numbing part. So because we have to hide, usually we can put on another layer, which is called isolation. And so we have to do it all on our own. I call it fix it yourself. So eventually, and I said that in my last video when I talked about emotions, if we don't process our emotions, if we don't process the wound and the pain, then this usually grows. And if we keep shaming ourselves, if we keep isolating ourselves, eventually this will become a behavior which we really don't want to have. Or in my case, it was an addiction to food and work. So those two things I did not want to have, but I also didn't know how to get rid of them. In the whole course, we look into what is going on in your heart, because I want you to live from your whole heart. And to do that, it doesn't help you if you have self-hatred and your heart kind of says to you, I hate you because you don't really love me. You don't really take care of me. You don't really pay attention to that wound. You don't really pay attention to that pain that's going on or that someone caused you. And if we don't look at it, we have that problem with our behavior or our addiction or whatever. Somehow it will show up in our life and it just isn't good. That is my very funny brain that I painted. Our brain tries, if we are on this process of becoming emotionally healthy, we try to train our brain to love us, yeah? So we would say, I love you. I would say to myself, to my body, I love you. But my heart was in rebellion to that because I had put on so much shame, so much self-hatred on my heart that my heart would still say, but I hate you. And there was this disconnection between my brain that was trying to tell my heart, but I love you. And my heart heart's responding, no, you hate me because the way you treat me. So we look into this key thing of looking into the wound, looking into the pain. We don't just want to put a band-aid on. We really want to bring compassion. We really want to bring comfort. And that's a lot of times what our heart needs. It sounds very simple, but doing it can be quite tricky and it can be quite hard. And the thing is, if you had that isolation or if you had shame, you want to hide this thing, you want to hide the wound, you don't want to look at it, or probably you feel overwhelmed by it. And you don't have to fix it yourself. That's why this course is so great, because you can do this in a safe environment with people who are on the same journey. Some are further along, some are behind. It doesn't matter, we are all on our journeys, but you can learn from each other, you can get equipped to do your own things. It sounds a bit ambitious to get emotional healing within 7 weeks, but you know what? It's a start. This is a starting course to equip you in 7 weeks with 7 topics that help you to be more emotionally healthy and live the best you that you can be. I hope you join me, and if you want to have more information, click on my website. It's www.ariseandshine.de. See you then!